For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello, welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure, me Mike. Today I'm giving you a review on a Vango Solace TC400. So this is a carry-over model, so it was something that was in the 2016 range, but they've made a few tweaks to it. Last year for 2016, incredible tent. Quite sort of unique actually, because not anything really is inflatable, polycotton, there's something you can stand up in, so that's why this really had it to itself. In fact, we were sold out end of April, early May, which is incredible for a tent considering your main times are sort of June, July, August, September. So that's why this model really hit a lot of points with customers. It's something we're actually going to put up for the 2017 season inside our shop, so come and have a look at it. But it's a really nice, beautiful tent to be fair. TC stands for technical cotton, so it's a polycotton material. So the purpose being, it's more like your cotton canvas of years gone by with like cabin on, but it's a blend of polyester. So it's quicker to dry than your normal cotton would be, but you get the breathability factor of the cotton. So the way the material works, it reacts to the temperature. So in hotter weather, the weave actually opens up and expands, allows air to pass through it to make it a lot cooler inside. On the flip side to that, when it's sort of colder, the weave tightens and keeps the warmth in. So it's ideally probably the best material you can use for tents because of that factor. And obviously, rather than being like normal cotton, it's actually lighter weight and it's quicker to dry. So personally, if it's me, I would always go for a polycotton tent. Drawbacks are it's a little bit more money than your normal sort of polyester tents that we've come to used to in the last sort of 10 years. And also it's a little bit heavier in terms of weight. But for this model, I think perfect for couples and even sort of a small family, ideal. Great small pitch size, good sort of different areas. So you've got a sort of a sleeping area, a sort of a living area, and then a nice big canopy area. It just seems for personally to tick those boxes for a small weekend tent, or even if you want to come for a week, it's great. So a few modifications for the 2017 season. First of which obviously is the ability of an extra window panel along the top. So in the top area there, also you've got curtains to go for this canopy area as well. Never main sort of change they have made for the next season, i.e. 2017, is on the front part here, there is a zip. So you can actually zip on a sort of front awning or actually a sort of a porch door to make it all enclosed, which is a great little extra. And because it's a full length zip, i.e. going from all the way from the bottom up to the top, it really does feel like an extra part of tent and just gives that extra bit of versatility that you need with something like this. So essentially you can make this enclosed sort of canopy area, living area, and then the sleeping area. So some incredible talking points there. And like I said, due to sort of the size of it, it's fairly neat packed. This year it comes with a roller bag as well. So yet again, in terms of packing it away and storing it, you can wheel it to and from your car. And normally these days we sort of pop it out the car, pitch it about 5 yards away. So really impressive model, but we'll talk a bit more about certain features as we go inside. So let's have a look. So now we're inside the Solace. First thing you can see is obviously the separate different sections we've got. So we've got this lovely big, nice open canopy section. You've got the sort of door which leads you straight into the living area, and then the sleeping area at the back. So one thing that certainly is quite apparent is the sheer amount of height you got inside the tent. I mean, you know, being 6'2", 6'3", can stand up pretty much in the corners anywhere, and that's one of the key reasons why it feels so roomy inside, even though it takes up just a small amount of sort of space on the footprint side. One thing they've done sort of for 2017 as well, they've moved the door, so rather than being central, they've actually put it to the side. The purpose being really is you can actually put a kitchen, a large or something like a table unit in there, and it's not taking up straight away the door space. Like I said, the polycotton material really is probably the better material you can buy on the market, just because it's breathable, it actually reacts in terms of its lifespan as well. It will last probably about 3 times as longer than a polyester tent really. You've got obviously curtains, like I said, when you want the privacy as well. So you've got beautiful skylight windows as well as main body. So you've got zip up and down curtains to get your privacy when you want to. Certainly in the canopy area, the windows just cover the main door, but when you move into sort of the main living area, the windows go all the way up and even cover the skylight at the top. One thing I do personally quite like about this is obviously the colour. It's, you know, it doesn't make it seem too dark and dusty really. Certainly with the extra added lights, it feels quite bright. But the joys of it is because the natural brown is a little bit darker than your greens or your blues. In sort of early in the morning, you shouldn't actually wake up as early as you would do. as well as obviously Vango's lights out system, which is incorporated into it. On the front door here, you've got your normal door, but you've also got a mesh door as well. So you can zip that up, obviously get circulation of air because you've got a nice sheltered canopy. Allows the air to come through without having sort of all the bugs and whatnot come in as well. Likewise, you've got a lovely big mesh door on the side here as well. Purpose being the fact that you can quite happily, get a circulation of air without having sort of, yet again, bugs, critters, that sort of thing coming in, and makes it feel quite airy and fresh inside of here. One thing, like I said, the new bag for next year. A nice sort of roller bag, quite simple, fairly small, and you've got sort of straps as well, so that's quite a nice, neat little thing. They are changing the pump for 2017 season as well, so it's a bit more of a taller pump, just to make that sort of dual action hand pump a much more easier and simple method to use. One thing to bear note as well, obviously, is height throughout is pretty well, even in the sort of living bedroom areas. I can stand up here, get changed in the mornings, no problem at all. Because it's cotton again, in sort of the inner bedrooms, breathable, and obviously makes it a lot cooler inside of here. If I was to stand in a polyester tent today, it would be quite sweltering hot in here, to be fair. That's the joys of the polycotton material, how it all works. You've got extra little bits and bobs, like you've got a pockets in the bedroom area, so the joys of that is you can put your keys, phones and that sort of thing, or a torch, so in the middle of the night if you want to get out, you can know where the torch is, off you go to the bathroom. You've still got things like a beautiful little palmet just to hide the inner bedroom toggle points. As well as on the palmet, you've got little mesh pockets you can store keys, phones, that sort of thing, put books in there if you want to as well. So again, they have really thought about this tent. Like I said, last year it's probably one of my favourite tents just because it offers so much and so much space for just such a small size. There's no reason we sold out of it so early like we did. Going forward as well, the joys of something you've got included in most Vangos is the sort of Smartdraft Systems, the Sky Rail system here. So the purpose being is actually it allows you to put a lantern wherever you want to, really. So you can just about see it there. It's like a beading which is actually physically stitched into the sleeve. Purpose being is you can put a lantern anywhere you want. So you get 10 sort of little clips which will slide on, clip on where you want it to, and then that's pretty much it, really. So you can pop it on there, put a lantern here, 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 and certainly going forward, I can imagine Vango are going to be instigating more accessories to go inside. So potentially they could make almost like a rail that hangs across here, so you can hang your towels or something like that. So there are pretty much endless possibilities of what you could do with that system. Personally, I think, yeah, nice model. Like I said, they use a really nice double ripstock ground sheet as well to necessarily keep it light but very strong at the same time. So overall keeping the weight down, and certainly with the beams, actually it's Vango's oversized beams. So it's 13 centimeters, it's a thicker beam, mainly because of the polycot material, which is a little bit heavier than your normal polyester. Just gives it extra bit more stability as well, so that's never a bad thing. With Vango, obviously you get tons of features, like I said, so you've got the new Sky track system, but you've also got things like low level ventilation to help with combat condensation and give you a nice circulation air, keep it nice and fresh inside the tent. Beautiful PVC windows with curtains at all points, the mesh doors, the list does go on and on. So in essence, really impressive model, and certainly one that we'll be stocking and having it on display for the 2017 season. So in essence, really nice. Come and check out the Vango Solace TC400.